It's Bourbon Blog Live, one of my favorite gentlemen to have a whiskey with in the business. It's Jordan Via joining us live from Savage and Cooke. How's it going, Jordan?
It's going great, man. How have you been?
Good, good. What are you sipping on there?
I am sipping on some our current blend of lip service rye.
Excellent. I'm having a little bit of lip service myself. I was able to find a bottle not too far away now. Obviously, you're making so many great whiskeys, doing so many great projects, but today it has been announced that you have this wonderful new Manhattan project. What is I love Manhattans. I know you do too. What's the Manhattan project?
Yeah. It's the second time you and I are talking about this today, so I'm glad you called me back.
Right.
This is the Manhattan rye. I haven't really. I've done quite a few RTDs through my consulting business for a few other people.
Right.
We never did that. Really chase that down out at Breckenridge. I haven't done that with some of the other projects that I'm involved with, but it made sense here, and got to do a lot of formulation over the COVID years and kind of get it right over 2021 and. Anyway, felt like it was something that the world would want. Now we did a little bit of asking around some of our trusted people, and they said 750 milliliter was a format that was selling the best.
Yes,
and I like it. It made sense. We went with a flip top bottle here, kind of Grolsch style.
It has that Grolsch look to it. What inspired that?
Ease of use, I think. I wanted to be able to reclose it without, and
just pour a Manhattan.
You're going to lose the cork anyway.
Hey, for some groups, the lid may never close if you have enough friends to pour it for, right?
Exactly. But it's better than losing your little glass stopper, sitting it down in the kitchen, and then moving to the living room. Anyway, and then you got to finish the bottle, and you know how that goes.
And then you're like, what do I stick in here? So this is good. I like this. No, I'm looking forward to trying it now. The Manhattan project, what's it have in it? It has ingredients.
Well, first off, I'm amazed that we got the name.
Well done.
Nobody had it taken before. The lawyers very carefully searched for any kind of trademark or copyright infringement there, and they said no, nobody's used it. I guess. Anyway.
Well, I'm glad. It's going back to the references of World War II as well.
Yeah, not particularly. It's kind of it was kind of a fun thing. I mean, the Manhattan Project and Oppenheimer and the nuclear weapons and whatnot. But it's funny enough, Dave, in his eccentricity and his the way he puts together images and things like that, he didn't think of it that way. He was doing a bunch of photography of graffiti art around Manhattan.
Love it.
And this is one of his favorite pieces there of this just, opening in a building downtown. The garage door is shut, but the graffiti around it is just, I don't know. I don't have his eye for it, but in his mind, he just loved the imagery, the balance, the symmetry of the whole thing. And, when he got around to it, he started calling it the Manhattan Project. And we were all kind of like, okay, that works. It's atomic, right? He's like, what? It didn't really, he knows obviously what the Manhattan Project was, but that wasn't what his Manhattan Project was. His was finding this great graffiti art, putting it together into this package.
And he took photos of the graffiti art he found.
Yeah. He loves graffiti art, man. If you've seen the Wero bottle, that is also a piece of tagged graffiti art that's on an overpass that he, recreated and tweaked a little bit to make his own. But so that's where that came from. We played around with a few images and the thing of something to do with the much more nefarious Manhattan Project or notorious Manhattan Project, I guess. But no, this is what it is. It's a very traditional Manhattan rye whiskey based. It's our 3 to 4 year lip service rye whiskey, the same one we're drinking.
That's right.
Worked with a local Vermouth producer called Rockwell. Rockwell Vermouth. They keep things tight over there. They produce 3 or 4 products. that I'm familiar with, but their sweet and dry vermouth are exceptional. So I got to work with him and actually tweak the sweet vermouth just a little bit to not much. His formula is perfect. And they made that just for us. Brought that over here. We did our own Angostura style bitter analog, which, we didn't, that's a very carefully guarded recipe, but we,
you guys made it.
Yeah, we made our own version of it, but about 18 different macerations into that,
right?
And small portion, just as it should be. It's essentially the equivalent of a couple of dashes, per glass. So anyway, it all came together really well. It's not over sweetened. We didn't add any sugar to try to balance anything out in the end. The sweetness inherent to the sweet vermouth component is the only sweet component in there. Bitters balances it nicely, and the rye whiskey, our rye recipe being fairly unique at 51% rye, 45% corn. So ours takes up quite a bit of wood, so it's a little more, wood forward kind of bourbon drinkers.
And it already has that Grenache element. I mean, this is the lip service has that. I've actually made some cocktails, some Manhattans with this. It is perfect for Manhattans. So you've taken it a step further. You're using some California vermouth, and Rockwell actually does use a lot of California ingredients in what they do.
Yeah, they keep it very local too. So it's California. You've got everything you need here.
But right there.
Yeah, you can grow anything here. It's really nice. Same thing with our in-house production that we've been rolling at for, better part of 5 years now, although we lost 2020 to 2020. But it's nice working with grains just from a few miles away, and barrels from a few miles away, and water from, 2,500 foot elevation in Geyserville, and just everything from right around me here. I can control all the elements, as you know.
You have it under control. Speaking of control, we're imagining someone making a very large Manhattan, and as bartenders know, a Manhattan is not shaken; it is usually stirred. Is there a really massive stir that you guys use to make this? Is it made from like California, like a big stirring California spoon you're using?
No, I have a big stirring agitator that can go really slow.
I like it. Well, then it is. It is your own big spoon, Jordan.
It is. We do this in fairly small batches, but I say small for us, a couple thousand gallons, and we've got a little gentle agitator that pushes it around.
Agitation. Out of that couple thousand gallons, we leave some for Jordan and the team. I know they all like a good Manhattan. Show us the label once again.
Yes.
And tell us, again, that's some of the graffiti art on there. Beautiful. The Manhattan Project. What do you hope when this gets into the fans of Manhattan cocktail drinkers, maybe that haven't heard of Savage and Cooke? What do you hope they'll, come away saying? I mean, what do you hope this product will do?
Well, the thing I have with most RTDs is just they're their own thing. They don't taste much like the cocktail that they are named after,
right.
And that's by necessity. A lot of times it's, it doesn't drink the same. A lot of times people drop the alcohol considerably. Right. We didn't do that. I wanted something that tasted like what we were coming on, what you pick up at your bar. It's 60 proof.
It's a good boozy Manhattan, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what a Manhattan should be. It's rye, vermouth, and a little bit of bitters in a glass. So you cut that back to a 12 or 13, 15% ABV. That's not really representative of what you'd have at your local bar. So that's what we want to do. Bring that experience home. Show what some of our other local producers, Rockwell, could do with their products, and right. How well they all marry up around here. And honestly, my rye whiskey is my baby. I mean, I love all my children equally, but I don't. My rye is my favorite here.
That's the baby. And again, I want to point everybody, in case you look for the Manhattan Project, in case you're wondering, hey, where can I get some of that great whiskey today? Go to savageandcooke.com. Look for their others: the Burning Chair, Lip Service, and also the Second Glance. All three delicious. Guero comes out every year, of course. We love the Bad Sweater. They're all delicious, but be looking for that. The Manhattan Project. Do we know what it's going to retail for, Jordan? It's okay if we don't.
It's gonna definitely vary by state and market. So I'm not sure, but I think it's gonna end up on the shelf around. I'm gonna probably regret this.
You don't have to say it if you don't know. It's okay.
I don't know, so I'm not gonna say.
I'm not trying to make you say it. I'm sorry. I was just curious. We'll bring everybody that information on Bourbon Blog. And again, take a moment, like this, smash the like, share it, follow. We love following what great distillers like Jordan Via do. And Jordan, again, is one of my oldest and best friends in the business, and I love tasting and trying everything you make. And I'm looking forward to seeing you real soon too, Jordan.
Yes, I'll be out here soon.
To raise a toast there with you to the Manhattan Project. One more question. If you can remember, again, this is a question you should be able to know, but maybe what was the first Manhattan you ever had? And when was it?
The first Manhattan I ever had. Oh boy. You know what? I actually, as cliche as this is, I think it was the first time I actually got to go to New York, go to Manhattan.
Yeah, nice.
And I was at a little bar outside the bus station because I was waiting to go up north for a project I was doing. I had just never made it to New York before that. This was a long time ago. Yeah. And I thought, you know what? I better have a Manhattan while I'm in Manhattan.
And you did it.
And I did it. And that was my first Manhattan. I couldn't tell you the name of the bar, but it was right near the train station. I know that.
I'm trying to remember. My first one might have been in college. I might have had someone making me one that kind of halfway knew what they were doing. But as the years went along, we found better and better vermouths, better and better whiskeys. And we're still, I think, just the hunt for like the best is always what to do. How can you tweak it? What can you put in it? Not long ago, on a cruise ship, I said, do something, it was at one of the cocktail bars on the cruise ship, Annabelle and I did, January. I said, I'd like something that's kind of boozy like a Manhattan, but I want you to add your unique element to it. And I think the bartender did like a kind of a smoked pineapple element, which was kind of interesting, kind of different. So I think, taking what you've done, well, I'm sure it's perfect as is. I can't wait to see what people do with it and what directions it leads in.
Yes, and I hope they do. Please take this, put stuff in it, make it better, and I will thank you for that.
Share it with good friends. Have good fun with it. Exactly. Everybody drink responsibly. Have a great St. Patrick's Day, and we will see you real soon for more sips. Jordan, thanks for joining us.
I'll be talking to you about our Irish whiskey around St. Patrick's.
That's right. We're gonna be talking about that very soon, so be watching.
All right, my friend. Great to see you.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers. Nice to see you there with the what looks like a warehouse, but it's actually your offices, right?
Indeed. It's the
Savage and Cooke
centric offices ever. And it's a great place to work.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks so much, man.